Rachel.
And this is Aubrey.
And this year we are second grade teachers, and we are co-teaching in our classroom in a program called Transitional Bilingual Education.
We have about 24 students, and 6 of them are English language learners, all of them being Spanish speakers, because we live in Utah County, and that's one of the most predominant languages in our county.
Definitely.
So these ELL students have ELP levels that range from level 1, which is being able to draw people, animals, or objects in response to oral prompts, and up to level 3, which is developing, which means they can link words or phrases and illustrate events in response to audio, like questions from us.
This is a wide range of levels for one classroom and so many ELLs, so the possible needs of our students are going to be extra vocabulary help, maybe extra resources to take home with them in case their parents are not English speakers either. They might need some extra help on the homework, and maybe some extra support during student activities, social aspects of the classroom.
So for the standard that we chose, we did our second grade English language arts standard, which was comparing and contrasting 2 or more versions of the same story by different authors or from different cultures. So we chose the story of Cinderella because we thought this was a well-known story that could be used to build schemas in our ELL students and build vocabulary for our English speakers. This grade level is about growing vocabulary for everyone, so we thought it would be beneficial to all.
For our vocabulary preview, we are first going to warm up their brains and pull out schemas that maybe already exist connecting to these words so that we can bridge them over to English a little easier. Vocabulary words include some of the pictures you see here: glass slipper, prince, castle, pumpkin. We have others such as stepmother and stepsisters.
For our activity, we're going to go to the Fable Cottage site, and we will be listening to the story first in Spanish with this Spanish text available for our students. So then after we listen to it first in Spanish with the Spanish text, we will then translate it over to the English and listen to it again in Spanish, but have the students reading along with the English representation. And then lastly, we can change the story to our English option up here, and then the students will listen with the English and with the English text available. This was part of the Vygotskian idea of creating schemas for our students because we're first giving them an idea of what's happening in the story with the plot with Spanish, and then slowly bridging them over to the English representations of the same word. We wanted to go over it 3 times because we know the limitations of the ELLs within their range of vocabulary, and we wanted to give them as much practice as they could.
The last part of our activity is a pair and share. The students are going to pair up with their elbow partner, and they are going to pick a vocabulary word they learned from the story and act it out. Their partner has to guess it, either in English or Spanish. And having them work together in this social aspect really contributes to cognitive development, according to Vygotsky. And the peers working together also creates an environment of co-learning and co-creating within their zone of proximal development, and they can learn together. It helps expand their language because gestures and mimesis, which is under the topic of gestures, also helps create an area where they can communicate non-verbally.